Guys, welcome back. Gonna do a quick video today. Got two or three, still got two or three more great videos for this week. But one of the videos, or one of the questions I get asked a lot, there's actually two or three. What all is on the water course? Well, when we get on the water, the first thing to do is we take a look at your setup and make sure that everything is good with your setup. Now, one of the hardest things to do with on the water courses is everybody is at different stages of their understanding of Livescope. So it takes me a few minutes to kind of feel you out. I ask some questions, what's your experience level? We take a look at your setup, make sure everything is as good as can be at that point in time on the water. Make sure your transducer is correct. Make sure your orientation is, set up the same, and make sure it's consistent. Make sure you understand the orientation of the transducers. Then we get on the water, and then we go through the complete settings. We talk about the settings. We get a better explanation of the settings and a better understanding of the settings. So that is some of what we do on the water. And then we'll go in and start breaking it down and trying to get the best setup for you and what you're trying to see, whether it be bass or crappie or whatever we're trying to set it up for. And that's when we get all of that set up, then we start breaking it down, trying to find the best color patterns for you, etc., and really breaking down that. And then we go into a section where I ask, what are you trying to get out of this course? And some people may say, I'm just trying to get my settings better. Some people say, I'm just trying to see, learn the difference between bass and crappie where I can better understand what I'm targeting. Some people are very, they want to learn a lot about perspective mode and how to use that. Some just want to know how we approach fishing for individual fish as opposed to just going fishing, more or less hunting. And so each course is custom for that person. You're going to get exactly what you want out of each course. It's not a generic course. The Livescope Masterclass, on the other hand, is a little bit more generic. And what that means is it covers everything and doesn't focus particularly on one thing. So each video focuses on one thing, but there are 30 videos, and there soon will be 32. We're going to add a couple more videos in there. And at the end of this month, we're going to have our first master technique class. I got a couple great names coming, so just stay tuned for that. It's going to be really awesome. But we're going to, in the master class, each thing is explained in pretty good detail, so you have a better understanding of everything on your Livescope. And then we break down settings, species-specific settings, and so forth. And so the masterclass is designed for more people who just got your units, things like that, who are having a little problem on the water, understanding what each adjustment and setting can do, or just may want a, kind of a cheat sheet in their pocket at all times to be able to better understand their unit, be able to make adjustments on the water, and do it with confidence. So the on the water course, more specific to the angler. I've had anybody from just literally put it on the boat to I literally did a class with a guy who used to fish the Bassmaster Top 150. Very cool, very awesome to get on his boat. I was honored to be able to do that. I've went with guys who are straight crappie fishermen, guys who are straight bass fishermen. It's a wide array, and each person has a different level of their expertise, and we find that level and then expand. And so the masterclass is more or less, let's get you on the water, let's get you catching, let's get you understanding it. That way you can make adjustments on the water. It's kind of like an on-the-water course that covers everyone. So it's made for the beginners. It's made for the guys who are kind of out there struggling a little bit. It's made for like the high school guys who are just getting Livescope and need a better understanding, and things like that. So those are the difference between the two courses. Now, does that mean that you can't learn anything from the Masterclass if you're experienced? Absolutely not. And that's where the master techniques come in. There are several advanced chapters in the class that we really break down, the best color palettes for each situation and things like that. But as a whole, it's aimed more toward the beginner guy, the intermediate guy, and not the advanced guy who doesn't probably need our help anyway. He has a great understanding of Livescope, and he's been doing it for a long time. So it's definitely not aimed at those. It's not aimed at Josh Jones. Okay, I had a comment on one of the Lake Fork sites where a guy would, commented on that and put it out. It was like, let's see what Josh Jones thinks about it. Well, Josh Jones ain't gonna think nothing about it. He's been doing it for years, and he does it hundreds of days a year. So it's not for him. It's for your grandfather that is not so much into technology, that needs a little help, needs a little understanding, and needs to be able to refer to something on the water, take a look at the videos and things like that. It's made for the high school guy that just got it. His parents may have just got him Livescope. The high school thing's growing crazy. It's made for the guy that may know electronics, the Bassmaster Top 150 guy, but wasn't quite comfortable with Livescope. And it helped him out. He had a great understanding. We left, and I tell you what, he's a great guy. I'm not going to mention his name, and he learned a lot from it. And like I said, the on the water courses are my favorite, and just because you get to meet the new people, and I get to move around and travel a little bit and meet some of the guys at their lakes. That way, that I try to meet within reason at their lakes. That way, they can feel comfortable with the water, and it helps to when you feel comfortable with water, you know a little bit about it, so it helps to put the Livescope and really open their eyes to it. Now, also, one more thing, the hats. I did the deal where I asked everybody, and I had 30, 40, 50 people jump in, but we still got like 16 or 15 hats to go. So when all those are gone, then we will draw for the free Masterclass / on the water course. You'll be able to choose. If you're around here and you might want to choose the on the water, you can do it. If you're off and you may want to choose the Masterclass, you can do that. Still got 2 or 3 more videos. I got the line test video. I've already got it filmed. I'm going to put it out either tomorrow or the next day. And I still got another Livescope video we're going to do. So I still got 2 or 3 more videos. Just wanted to do a little midweek thing here and let you know where we were going and what we're doing. And so everything's growing, advancing, still adding 2 more in-depth videos. Finna do that soon to the Masterclass. I've got 2 or 3 master techniques we're going to film within the next couple weeks. That'll be on, at least one of them will be on there toward the end of the month. And we're really finna get going with that. I'm trying to line some stuff up. Got a lot of great guys that are going to be on that. And what we're going to do with those is I'm going to step out of my comfort zone and do some crappie fishing. And I'm going to get some guys to teach me. So some of these courses will be, people teaching me. So I love to fish for crappie. But I'm not, I just pick up a rod and go. I've not had the great understanding and the relationship between rods, reels, lines, baits, weights, Livescope, all that put together into one. So I'm going to find some guys that have more expertise in those situations and go with them, and we're going to really break it down. I'm going to ask great questions. They're going to answer. It's going to be unlike any other fishing show where you say, you go out there and they give you 1 or 2 tips and you watch them catch fish for 23 minutes. That's not what this is about. This is going to be an in-depth breakdown. We'll have some fish catch on there, but this will be more of an in-depth breakdown of every little small intricate aspect of these things, which is so different from everybody else. So you're going to understand, most people, use a 14-foot rod. Why? I don't know why. They just use a 14-foot rod and they tell you, I'm using a 14-foot rod. Nothing against that, but I want to know why. I want to know why you're using a 14-foot rod. Tell me, why do you use braid over monofilament or fluorocarbon? Do you use lead weights versus, tungsten weights or steel weights? What type of jig heads? Why do you use a 32nd ounce as compared to a 16th ounce or an 8th? I don't know all these questions, and I don't know all these answers, but we're going to find that out in these classes, and we're going to get somebody who's got a little bit more expertise in these places, and they're going to teach you, and they're going to teach me, and we're going to learn together. and we're gonna go from there. But guys, remember, I still got 17, 18 hats to go. Not that quite that many, probably 15. That we need to get sold. That way we can get the drawing for the Masterclass. That was going to be a fun video. And you're getting a hat. You're pretty much just getting in the drawing for free. I sell the hats the same thing. They're $25 shipped. I just got through dropping off about the rest of the ones that are sold. So everything's out. Waiting on I got a brand new order of hats that'll be in by the end of the week to fill the rest of these. And so let's get them going, guys. You know, hey, if you said you was in, get in before you lose out on your opportunity on a free chance at a Masterclass. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Ring the bell.